What's going on, guys? I'm back with another pickup thrift store find video for you. It's been a little while since I last did one, probably around the beginning of December, I think mid-December, and things kind of slowed down for me a little bit when I was doing the pickups, but they've ramped back up again. I got a huge pile of stuff I want to show you, so let's just jump right in. Let's take a look. So the first couple things I picked up were just a couple books that I picked up from Value Village, and as you might see in my old videos, I do like to collect a lot of Assassin's Creed books, just for the collection mainly. So I picked up Assassin's Creed Brotherhood, and also Assassin's Creed Origins. And yeah, so they're pretty good for the collection, they're in great shape. And I have a huge collection now of Assassin's Creed books and player's guides and stuff like that. I pretty much have a whole shelf that's dedicated to just the books for that game, and this is good for the collection. And like I always say, it wouldn't be a thrift store finds, pickup finds video if I didn't pick up an HD DVD. So the latest one I did pick up is Phantom of the Opera. And I picked this up for $5.99. I don't know if that'll pick up there, but yeah, not the greatest price. Like I said, Value Village seems to be really jacking their prices up. And now they're kind of hiding the Blu-rays and the HD DVDs behind a glass case, at least the one I'm going to. So, yeah, it's not the best price, but I don't have Phantom of the Opera, and I kind of want to just keep growing that collection. So, yeah, I figured I'd pick it up. So for the games portion of this pickup video, I figured I would start with newest to oldest. So, as you guys might know, I did pick up a PlayStation 4 Pro last year, I believe it was. And so I've been slowly growing the PlayStation collection and mainly just getting the exclusives for that console. So I did pick up Bloodborne, and I picked that up brand new from EB Games or GameStop now. Since it was the last copy, they had to pull it out of the sleeve, but picked that up for $9.99, so I'm kind of happy with that one. I haven't ever played Bloodborne before. I hear it's hard as hell, so I'm looking forward to trying that. God of War Remastered. I picked up God of War Remastered. Picked this up at Walmart for $9.99 as well, a little while back. Picked up Ratchet and Clank. I believe I got this actually for Christmas, actually, so I can't quite remember. It's been a while since I did one of these videos, and I've been slowly growing the collection, so I think I got this for Christmas. But yeah, Ratchet and Clank, never played that either. Heard it's a really good game. I picked up Spider-Man Miles Morales, and I picked that up for $29.99 at Best Buy. Brand new, and apparently it's a little bit harder to find the PS4 version than the PS5 version, so wanted to grab this before I couldn't find it anymore, because I have no plans to get a PS5 yet. I say that now, but I'll probably end up, if I ever see one in the wild, I'll probably just end up dropping the money and getting it. But yeah, I'm happy with this one. I liked the first one for the most part. The first one was decent. I will say that it's a decent game. I think it had a lot of hype behind it. But it does burn out a little bit after a while, I find, with the side missions and stuff like that, especially with the MJ missions. But overall, it's a really good game, a lot of fun to play. Definitely, and it's coming out on PC. It's coming out on PC in the fall, so if you don't have a PlayStation, pick it up on PC, give it a try, because it's definitely a decent game. And the next one I picked up is Infamous Second Son. And I picked this one up for $14.99. I'm not an EB Games Edge member or whatever, or a Platinum member. So yeah, I picked $14.99. Probably not the best price for it, but I saw it in the wild. I wanted to pick it up because I want to grow this PlayStation collection so I can go back and play that backlog at a pretty decent price. I mean, like for $15, I think this game came out right at the beginning of the PlayStation 4 era, and it had a lot of hype behind it. People were excited about it, so I'm looking forward to giving it a try. And probably one of the hidden gems for finding PlayStation games is actually Walmart. I find that they have a lot of brand new games on for really cheap. So I ended up picking up Shadow of the Colossus for $9.99 at Walmart. Still in its wrapping, still haven't got a chance to play it, but it's definitely on the list, definitely on the radar. It's a PlayStation 2 remaster, I believe. So I'm looking forward to giving this one a try. This one looks like a lot of fun. And one more that I picked up actually on the PlayStation 4 was Uncharted 4. And I actually found this at Salvation Army, and I found this game for only $5.99. Probably not going to come up in the video, but I was pretty excited to find this actually at $5.99. I came to realize that it's not worth a ton of money right now. If you put this in price charting, it's only worth about $8 to $10 complete in box anyways. So probably $5.99 was where it should have came in, but I felt like at the time it should have been a lot more money. If this was at Value Village, this would probably be, they'd probably try to sell it for $29.99 or something like that. So I was excited to find this one. I'm still playing through the Uncharted collection slowly. I kind of get sidetracked, I finally get sidetracked with games, and I've been really into Fortnite again with that no build mode, so I've been playing a lot of that. So, and then on the side, I got back into Borderlands 2. So I've been slowly trickling through Uncharted the series. I beat the first one. I'm probably about halfway through the second one, and then I'll probably take a break after I beat the second one. I still got to play the God of War series. Like, there's so many games, there's so little time. So yeah, I want to play through this series though. I want to see how the story goes and how it progresses, and I still haven't seen the movie. So I want to see the movie and kind of compare it to the game as well, and see where it stacks up. And now that I understand the story a little bit more, maybe the movie will be a little bit better. So I do got to check out that movie. And yeah, so this wraps it up for the PlayStation 4 games. Let's move on to the Xbox 360. So just a couple Xbox 360 games today. I don't normally pick up a lot of 360 games unless they're exclusives or something that I really must have, like say the Tony Hawk series, something like that. But yeah, I picked up Project Gotham Racing 3. I don't have that one actually, so picked that one up for, where did I see the price? $2.99 at Salvation Army. And $2.99 is not bad. It's a little bit beat up. The box needs a little cleaning. I might actually even just do like a cleaning video at some point, just like a live stream or something like that, where I'm just cleaning up some of these cases, listening to music, chit-chatting and stuff like that, because I really need to go through and clean up some of these cases, especially on the exclusives. I like to just have them in nice, clean, tip-top shape. So get the isopropyl alcohol out, get the Q-tips out, and maybe do up a little cleaning video. But yeah, Project Gotham Racing 3, picked that one up. And then the next one I picked up is Soul Calibur 4. And that's not an exclusive game. I like the case, really. I never played Soul Calibur 4. I like the fact that Yoda's in it. Really big into Obi-Wan right now, and kind of on a Star Wars kick a little bit, so I wanted to pick that one up. I felt like it was good for the collection to have. So next up is the PlayStation 3 games, and I got a couple PlayStation 3 games here that I'm pretty excited about, and picked up some more exclusives for it. And the PlayStation 3 is really the reason why I started doing the live streams where I pick a random game and I give it a try from my collection, because I have so many PlayStation 3 games now, just from picking them up in bundles and lots and things like this, and they're so cheap to find. And I wanted to have an opportunity to give them a try, and this kind of forces my hand in a way, because I'll get sidetracked. I'll play Fortnite, or I'll play something different, play some new game, and I'll never get around to playing the games in my collection. So I really wanted a good excuse where I can have some fun, just let the random generator pick the game for me, and that's the game that I'll play. So the first one I picked up is Gran Turismo 5 Prologue. I know that one's not really anything special. I picked this one up for $3.99, Value Village. Nothing too wild on that one, but again, I just like to pick it up for the collection. The other one I picked up is Ni no Kuni, and I picked that one up also for $3.99 at Value Village. This one I'm excited about because this kind of goes with my God of War series. I picked up the God of War Origins collection, and this is the PSP games on the PlayStation 3. So they've been remastered for the PlayStation 3, achievements, all that good. Trophies. And so I'm looking forward to playing this one. I actually picked this one up at a Moncton pawn shop at Parlor Pawn, one of my favorite pawn shops to go to when I'm in New Brunswick, and take a look at what they have. So I picked that one up for just $9.95. And it's in great shape. The box is in great shape, has everything in it. So I'm really excited to play those ones. Next one up is MotorStorm. And I've played MotorStorm a little bit, I think when I had a PlayStation 3 way back in the day. So back in the day, I kind of went through a phase where I had an Xbox 360. I would sell it because I needed the money, and I'd get a PlayStation 3 and I'd play that for a little while, and then I'd get rid of that, and then I'd bounce back and forth essentially. So over the years, I had a PlayStation 3 in my younger 20s, type thing, and it just never panned out. I always would get rid of it, but now I'm kind of back into it. I really like having the collection and collecting these games. So back in the day, I played MotorStorm. The thing I remember the most about MotorStorm is the fact that it was like really used on that 3D TV that PlayStation came out with, and I would really love to actually get my hands on one of those TVs, so you can do the 3D gaming, just to see what it was like, because I never actually played that before. And but yeah, I remember, I think it was this one anyways, might have been, maybe there was a MotorStorm 2, I can't remember, but that was really big with that 3D TV that they came out with. So I paid $4.99 for that game. I can't remember if I mentioned that or not, but I'm happy for the pickup. So the next one I picked up is Kingdom Hearts 1.5, and I just wanted to get this because again, it's an only for PlayStation. Picked this up for $4.99, pretty good price, I'd say, for Value Village. I find what Value Village did at one point at least in the one that I go to, is they put all the games behind the glass. And I think they're worried about people stealing and stuff like that. So they had them all behind the glass. So you'd have to ask somebody to come over, price on this game, what's the price on that? And it just isn't worth it. It's not worth it to go try to find somebody and start going through these games because you're kind of under pressure. So I think they dumped a bunch of those games back onto the floor one day, and I just kind of got lucky. I was there at the right time, picked up some of these games. They're not worth a lot, but they're good for the collection. And like I said, I'm picking up the exclusives. I like to pick up these exclusive PlayStation games. And this is great for the collection. And finally, probably my most exciting PlayStation 3 game that I picked up is the Jak and Daxter collection. And it's funny because I was mentioning this when I was playing the Jak 2 on PlayStation 2 when I was doing the live stream for that game. And I was mentioning that I wonder if this game has a remastered version on the PlayStation 3. I'm not sure. I have no idea. I wonder if this game was remade on the PS3. Like it's some sort of collection. And I didn't look it up after. I had no idea if it did or not. And I just so happened to be out at Value Village when I picked up a bunch of these PlayStation 3 games, and this game was there as well. So the remastered edition, it comes with the first, second, and third Jak and Daxter game, and with achievements and all that stuff, trophies. And I'm pretty excited to play this one. I'm looking forward to jumping back into this, and I picked that up for $5.99. Alright guys, and moving on to the Wii. I picked up a couple Wii games just for fun. Wii is not really something that I pick up usually either, but sometimes a game catches my eye and I want to give it a try. So I ended up picking up Trivial Pursuit. I just felt like this would be kind of a fun game to play with family or with friends and stuff like that, or if like Christy wants to play a game or something like that, we can play a fun game that's not too difficult, but also a lot of fun and has a lot of laughs. So I ended up picking that up for only $1.99. At Value Village, and I picked up this one that for whatever reason this one caught my eye, and I don't know why, but I ended up picking up Nerf End Strike on the Wii, and quite a bit I paid for this one. This one's surprising. I must have been feeling rich this day because I picked it up for $6.99, and it's 2 games in one, and it's kind of like this Nerf railgun shooter thing. I have never actually played it. So another thrift store that we'll go to is the SPCA thrift store, and I always like to try to pick something up there just because it's a good cause and like to give back. And so I ended up picking up Surf's Up on the Wii. Nothing too crazy, but when they sell their Wii games, it's only for $1. So I was like, you know what, I'll pick up Surf's Up, give it a try, we'll see if it's any good. If at some point I decide to just give it back to donate again, then so be it. But yeah, it'll be something fun to try randomly, on a live stream one day and just see what it's like and have a few laughs. So next up, I picked up a couple original Xbox games. Probably one of my most favorite systems to collect for. I like collecting the original Xbox. I find it's pretty cheap relatively to try to find these games for the most part. So I ended up picking up Knights of the Old Republic 2. And I paid $4.99 for that game. Not the best price for Knights of the Old Republic 2, but I haven't played this game in a long time, and I do want to give it another try because I always found that this one was a little bit worse than the first one, and I kind of want to go back and see if that is still the case. I might not even like these games anymore. I find maybe it's a little bit too slow paced for me now. I used to love Knights of the Old Republic back in the day, and I'm jealous of that remaster that's coming out on the PlayStation 5. Hopefully it's going to be coming out on the Xbox or the PC as well, so that way everybody can give it a try. And just because I love picking up Tony Hawk games, I ended up picking up Tony Hawk Project 8. I've never played this one actually, so looking forward to seeing how it plays and how it's evolved over the years, because I stopped around Underground 2. I found Underground 2 started getting a little bit ridiculous for me, and I always kind of leaned more towards the older style where you have 2 minutes timed runs. You got to do what you can. You got to do as much as you can in those 2 minutes, and then the run's over. And you kind of got to start memorizing the map and stuff like that. Whereas these ones, where they're a little bit more open world, and you have to go find everything and find your missions and stuff like that. It wasn't really for me, but I do want to go and I want to give this one a try and see how it stacks up to the other Tony Hawk games that I enjoy. And this one was a fun pickup for me. I thought this one would be actually worth a little bit more than it is when I looked it up on price charting, but I ended up picking up Metal Gear Solid 2 Substance. And I picked that one up also at Value Village for $3.99. Comes with all the inserts, comes with everything. It's in good shape. Needs a couple stickers removed from it, maybe a little bit clean up on the front, but I'm kind of happy to have the Metal Gear series in my collection. I've dabbled a little bit, but I don't know the story. I don't really understand it. A lot of hype behind the Metal Gear series. I never grew up on a PlayStation, so I never really got a chance to play it. I could have got it maybe back in the day on the GameCube with Twin Snakes. I wish I had that copy. Yeah, I do want to give the Metal Gear Solid franchise a try at some point and play through them. I actually managed to find one PlayStation 1 game recently, and I never really actually see PlayStation 1 games in the wild at thrift stores or anything like that. So, and I don't really collect for the PlayStation 1, but if I see a game and it's decent shape and it's cheap enough, then I'll pick it up. So, and I have this game on the N64. I think I picked this one up a little while back, and it was on one of my previous thrift store find videos. But I picked up WWF Warzone on the PlayStation 1. And I picked this one up for $4.99 at Value Village. I just was pretty surprised to actually just see it, with all the other games type thing. Normally when you see a lot of jewel cases like this in Value Village, it's just a lot of PC games, and it's a lot of really bad PC games. So I was pretty surprised to see this. So of course I had to pick it up. And at $4.99, it has all the inserts, has everything you need. Game's in great shape. Cool to actually maybe do a video at some point, maybe a quick video on just comparing the graphics between this one and the N64 version, and just seeing what the difference is. So I actually picked up a couple N64 games recently as well, and I do like collecting for the N64. You just don't see them around very often, but I ended up picking up Waylay Country Club on the N64, and I picked this up at Value Village at one point, and I paid too much for this. I know I did, but I just like to have that physical collection. I don't have enough N64 games in my collection, so I ended up picking that up for $9.99. I've never played this game before. I didn't even know that this was a game on the N64. I don't even know who made it, to be honest with you, because it just shows Nintendo on the front, so maybe they made it. And a couple months back, actually, my mom picked me up a couple N64 Facebook free site, and she knows I like to collect games. She knows I like to keep them in the collection. I don't flip them or anything like that. And so she ended up getting chosen for a couple N64 games, and I was pretty excited about this collection because I don't have them. And at one point I had a couple of them, but I ended up getting rid of them when I was a kid. I traded them into microplay, traded them into EV games, things like that. So before that game's back in my collection now. And also Donkey Kong 64. I've never actually owned Donkey Kong 64, so this game is great for the collection. It has a couple stickers on it and stuff like that. It needs a little cleaning up, needs a little isopropyl alcohol on it. And also I picked up Mario Kart 64, so these games all were free. And so it's great to have on the free site. Got to thank my mom for those, and she knows I love having these things in the collection. So Mario Kart 64 was actually the first N64 game I ever got. When I was a kid, I traded in way too many Super Nintendo games, and my Super Nintendo, I had so many gems back in the day. It's one of those things where you really just kick yourself. And I traded in like Final Fantasy 2, Final Fantasy 3, Zelda, Super Mario RPG, etc., etc. My whole Super Nintendo collection, as well as the Super Nintendo, and I traded in at Microplay. And I ended up getting an N64, and I got Mario Kart 64 with it. And so that was my first ever Nintendo 64 game. So I'm really happy to have that back in the collection. So probably my favorite pickup that I picked up in the last few months was off an old coworker of mine. His mother was getting rid of a lot of Sega Genesis games, just a small lot of them. He reached out and he was like, "Would you be interested in these?" Blah blah blah. Only $40 for this list of games, and nothing too wild, but I do like the fact that they're complete in box, which made me really excited. And which I actually didn't even know when he sent me this list. He said, "Oh, it's got a couple games in it, a couple Sega Genesis games. Would you be interested?" And I said, "I'd definitely be interested in those. I don't have enough Sega games in my collection. I have a couple 32X games. I used to have a 32X back in the day, and I ended up getting rid of it at some point. It's another one of those tales, where you get rid of dumb things that you should have kept." And so I ended up picking up Fantasia on the Sega Genesis, and it's interesting because at one point that game was selling for $49.99, and then they reduced it to $39.97. I picked up RoboCop 3 on the Sega Genesis. No price tag on this one at one point. Looks interesting. Dr. Robotnik's Mean Bean Machine. Picked that one up as well. I've actually never played this one before. I've always heard about it, but never actually played it. The next one I picked up was Sonic Spinball, and like I said, complete in box, so that's great for the haul. Sonic's really popular right now with the new movie that came out, so I ended up also getting Sonic 2. And I had Sonic 2 back in the day. When you'd have a Sega back in the day, there's always a game that comes to mind, and that's, for me anyways, it's Sonic 2. And for some reason, the other one that always comes to mind is Aladdin. Sonic 2 is great for the collection. The movie just came out. I haven't had a chance to check it out yet. And I also picked up Awesome Possum. And so I've never heard of this one either, but it looks interesting. It's a fun case. That's what I always love about these old cases, because like the games were so low res, they were so like 8-bit and 16-bit in this case, that they had to come up with the story on the cover So like the cover would be this isn't what the game looks like. The game doesn't look like this type thing, but it had to tell the story. You know, you'd have to look at that cover and be interested in it. You wouldn't get these graphics in the game, so they really had to show it off on the cover. And finally, I picked up Sonic the Hedgehog. And this is the original Sonic the Hedgehog, and I thought this one was really interesting because I couldn't find this one at first, and I've never seen this cover. And so after doing a little bit of research, I realized that this is the Canadian version of the Hedgehog. And I'm guessing, I don't know, but I'm guessing that this came with the system because it does have the not for resale on the back. You probably can't read it, but it has not for resale on the back. Like I said, it has everything inside in the game there, and it also has another sticker on the cartridge that says not for resale. So I don't know if this came with the system or not, but yeah, I'm happy with this. I'm really happy with this Sega haul because, like I said, I don't have enough Sega stuff. I was excited that this is the Canadian edition of Sonic the Hedgehog. So that's it for me, guys, on this pickup haul. I'll definitely be adding all these games to my randomized games list, playing through them at some point on the live stream. I'm looking forward to giving them all a try. I find they're great for the collection, especially those PlayStation games, especially the Sega Genesis games, especially those N64 games. I think it's a great haul. You know, I'm gonna put them up on the shelf, the ones that I want to have displayed. I'm gonna store the ones that I also want to keep. Yeah, so I'll probably do another one of these videos in the next few months as the pile slowly grows. I don't know where I'm going to put all these games, but for now, guys, make sure you do subscribe. I'm trying to do these live streams maybe twice, 3 times a week if I can. I'm going to try to probably aim to start doing them maybe like Tuesdays and Thursdays, and then maybe one on the weekend. Stay tuned for those. Hopefully one of the games that you like is picked up in the randomized games list. Give that one a try and we'll have some fun. Till next time, guys, have a good one.